everyone, welcome back to our channel. We're the Movie Couple. I'm Wendy.
I'm Dustin.
And this is our non-spoiler review for Twisters. Haunted by a devastating encounter with a tornado, Kate Cooper gets lured back to the open plains by her friend Javi to test a groundbreaking new tracking system. She soon crosses paths with Tyler Owens, a charming but reckless social media superstar who thrives on posting his storm-chasing adventures. I can't tell you how excited I was just getting to sit down and about to enjoy Twisters on the big screen. We got to see it at IMAX, which was really, really great. I really sort of have this fascination with tornadoes. I know they're super destructive, super dangerous. I personally would never... Well, that's a lie.
I was going to say, you've told me in the past that you wanted to be a storm chaser.
I did. I really, it's just because it's like the adrenaline rush, right? But then you see the destruction that it leaves behind. And if you miscalculate even by just a little bit, you're putting your life on the line. And I'm kind of like, but do I want to do that? But it is something, it's very fascinating to me. So when the 1996 Twister came out, I was like, oh my God, I have to see this. And now years later we get Twisters, which is not a sequel or a reboot.
It's very much a stand on its own kind of movie. Now, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of Easter eggs in there. There are a lot of, little throwbacks little parallels and a little throwbacks here and there. But honestly, it really does stand on its own. It is a totally new story, but it does focus around chasing tornadoes. And I really like how they were able to bring this, the story that's kind of already been done of, chasing tornadoes and bringing new life to it and bringing new characters to it and not just trying to continue the same old story that was in the original one, but it really was the characters that brought this movie to life and how they reacted to the tornadoes.
Yeah, this movie isn't exactly sort of like we're going to put humans in a disaster movie and the main character is the tornadoes, which I would say the humans, specifically I would say Daisy Edgar-Jones would be the main character, and it's focused around so it's not really like using the tornadoes as like the main plot. There's a lot of complexity and human stories and emotion that go into it, and I love that they for this movie they have Lee Isaac Chung directing this, who also handled Minari. Absolutely love the film, by the way. If you have not seen Minari, I highly suggest that you do. It is crafted beautifully, and what he was really good about this film, he really blended and distributed in equal times or equal amount of screen time to the human emotion side of it, the character building and the story side of it, and all the adrenaline rushing part with the tornado and being inside the tornado and the thrill of the chase. He balanced it so well, and I just thought it was like the perfect storm.
Yeah, the way he was able to deal with trauma and the way that he was able to deal with the survivor syndrome and being able to deal with this passion for something that has traumatized you, I think did a really good job in being able to have a character that brought that out and to be able to have these two characters meet, not necessarily on good terms.
No.
And honestly, I was sitting here watching this and I was like, okay, I know from the trailers that they kind of have this romantic vibe going on.
Like a little tension?
A little romantic tension going on, but I'm like, how are they going to get there from the position that they're at? And I have to admit, I am starting to love Glen Powell more and more with each movie that I see of him. I have to admit, I'm getting kind of a man crush on him. A little man crush on him because he is so charming. He is so funny, so cool, so suave, and he just brings that incredible charisma to the screen. And Daisy does also just this amazing job of being the strong, smart female lead for this movie. And I just love how their heads kind of butt, and then also just how their characters just kind of slowly start to meld together and start to work together in this movie. And I think it was just very well crafted, and it didn't do it just like that. They did a nice slow build they gave every part of that relationship time to build and to flourish.
I like what you brought up with the slow build, because it's not like, yeah, they obviously, top of the movie, they definitely started with an insane tornado chase, and we won't even tell you what that's about, so you're gonna have to experience it for yourself. And I did find myself like white knuckling, like I was grabbing onto myself as if I was holding on for dear life, as if I was in a tornado. That's how immersive I felt in the movie. I think you saw me from your seat where I was like,
you were huddled up there too. But yeah, they do a really good job on building the tension, on making you go
yeah,
and holding your breath and really thinking like, oh my gosh, are they really going to kill this character? Oh my gosh, they're really putting them to where you really felt the danger. You really felt like these characters were in peril. And they did, the cinematography on
gorgeous.
This, on the tornadoes. There was one shot that I was kind of like, that's a green screen. But all of the rest of them were just beautifully shot, beautifully framed. They really did a good job on bringing these tornadoes to life.
And I want to just kind of also touch again on the human aspect of it. It's not all just like drama and trauma, and sort of like the conflict between like the two like tornado chasing teams, if you will. There's also some comedy involved, but and it's mostly it's in a scene with Kate's mom. She's so funny without even trying. That was probably like the most heartwarming scene, because it was just so matter of fact. It's kind of like that dry humor. Mm-hmm. It was really, really good. And they sprinkle a little bit of that here and there, because certain scenes really did get heavy, like especially if you're looking like an aftermath of a tornado and the destruction of it all. And I like that this film was able to really touch on that. Like, this isn't just some fictional thing. It's very real. It's in this world. People's entire lives are upended because of tornadoes. And so I like that, how also like current it is. And again, tornadoes isn't a new thing, but I feel like we are with weather and everything, like we are seeing more of it and more destructive. And I feel like that's not just tornadoes. Like, I think this season, we're getting like a lot of really horrible hurricanes too. As someone who came from Florida, like I've experienced plenty of hurricanes, and it's, we joke about it sometimes, like, like, oh, category 1 and 2, but like they still can be really scary.
Well, California kind of does that too. You're like, oh, it's only a 3.0, well, I'm not getting up for that. Oh, it's a 3.5. Anything under a 4, California's like, eh. For you, it's like anything under a 1, we're like, eh.
A tropical storm.
A tropical storm, whatever. Yeah. But there was something that you mentioned earlier that I also really liked, was the way that they handled the two storm chasing teams on this. In the original in the original Twisters, it was very obvious who's the good guy, who's the bad guy. It was clear cut. In this one, it wasn't so much. And when you started off thinking one way, they kind of twisted it up and made you think the other way, and then you started thinking back a little bit. I really did enjoy how they treated their characters in this. There wasn't really a we are the evil ones.
They did away with that trope.
Yeah, they did away with that trope. And also how they deal with characters like that. I think that they handled it very well.
Yeah, really, really well. Absolutely enjoyed the film. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and get to the rating for Twisters. The movie couple rating scale is listed for you in the video description below. I had a great time. I love that we got to see it in an IMAX. If you can, great. I think this is an absolute check it out for me.
Exactly, same thing for me. Check it out. I enjoyed it. It kept tense. I liked the relationship, loved the characters, and definitely you need to just go check this out. If you can see it in an IMAX, then definitely get some big screen time with this one.
Oh, I have to mention there is a mid-credit scene. You don't necessarily need to stay for it. Like, if you had a lot of beverage in the middle of your movie and you have to, like, go to the bathroom, by all means go. You wouldn't miss it. I don't think it's not one of those cliffhanger, like, ooh, are we going to get the next Twisters or whatever.
Twisters 2.
Yeah, it's really not like that, but it is a nice little touch, little addition to the movie. So just so you're prepared for that before you go in, because I like to know. Anyways, that is our thoughts on Twisters. Let us know your thoughts once you've seen the movie in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you next one.